My name is Tony Forcelledo. I'm a sales development rep here at Arsenal Business Growth. So I started with Arsenal June 1st of 2021, and it was a rather quick process. I was looking to get into something different. I was with AT&T in retail sales for about 4.5 years, and did quite well. I was really looking for like a different scene and like a different environment to kind of push myself to do something different in the world of business to business sales or even lead generation. The comp plan here, versus what I was used to, it's obviously still competitive. You want to always try and perform the best, not only for yourself to support a family or to, but more or less just to put money back into the client's pocket. The more recent one, there's one today that is rather large, in a couple hours actually, but it's going to be about 300 users, 300 people. So that's probably been the biggest number I've had year to date over the summer with a couple clients, and then the one that is scheduled for today. That's probably the biggest one. And it was really just, they're a bigger corporation, and the office was based out of a corporate building, same state, just a little bit further away. And I really just called them, and I just was curious if they had ever used an outside company for anything, because they have quite the internal setup. And he goes, yeah, we'd love to look. So, that's going to be today. Hopefully it goes well. You want to try and find out as much information as possible without having to make it seem like you're drawing it out or wasting their time. Because realistically, the first time you call into a business, you're going to speak to the person up front. Their job is to obviously not only answer the phones, but make sure if they're going to transfer you to somebody, if it's worth their time as well. So, you really want to try and get as much information you can as that first one. Who the best person to speak to is regarding how they take care of their internal IT needs, and then also it just happen to get a name, because more times than not, about 9 out of 10 times I can probably confidently say that it's like, oh yeah, let me get you over to this person, and then by whoever they transfer you to, then you'll know if it's internal or external. If they transfer you to, say, a higher level, C-level type of employee, then they, would use someone in-house, per se. If they transfer you to a C-level, or if they transfer you to, say, an IT director, obviously that's internal. And, you really just kind of depends on who they send you to, but also using that information to be able to establish what you're going to say on the next call, really kind of establishes that type of comfortability and really relationship that just, or not necessarily relationship, but that type of comfortability of what you're going to say on the next call, so you're not kind of caught in the woods with it. You're the sales guy. You are out there. Your sole purpose is to bring them money, to bring them business. But at the same time, you just want to be able to generate that new business, and that's really all about sales. Because sales and cold calling is, you can call it what it is, but you're essentially just talking to another human being. If I don't have the results, you won't find someone who is more upset about that than I am. But the culture, it's upbeat. Everybody is, is pretty tight about the camaraderie of it too. People's birthdays, we celebrate, go out to have lunch, and their quarterly outings. It really just kind of comes down to if that's for you. Yeah, it's a job that you show up to and want to perform well to, but at the same time, it's a place that is enjoyable to come to. Hi, my name's Tony Forcelledo. I'm a sales development rep at Arsenal Business Growth. I grew up in South City in the Afton area. I attended Quincy University, and let's get that business relationship going. I'm excited.
I like it.
Whew. Yeah. It was a 2-minute video. We probably took, 16 different breaks, because every time I tried to realize and think about what I wanted to say and structure it, I can't do a script. That's probably it. I thought about what I wanted to say and I just said it. So I think it was it was good to see that. Yeah, so I think it's the first thing that we do starting out is to find the best way of communication, whether that be calling or texting, or to go through Teams. Yeah, it's good to talk to them at least every day, just to kind of keep in touch. And if it's not every day, every other day, if something comes up. If you have a question about something in particular and you can't find it, then yeah, it's good to ask. whether that be through phone call or Teams or whatever. But I mean, it's to check in after appointments, to check in to make sure that you're good to go on the day of an appointment. It's, that's the constant communication that's important, because you want to make sure that you're both on the same page in terms of showing up on time, and also too, just to make sure that you get the time and date right. Think about this for a second, is that if someone comes in and doesn't necessarily agree with either the company you're working for or the policies, or something went wrong, you have to face that person in person, like physically there in front of you. Whereas if you're on the phone here and you get hung up on, guess what? You go on to the next one. I mean, there's really no other way to put it, is that there are hundreds and thousands of companies out there that you can try and prospect with and get them to work with you. And that's the beauty of it. Whereas you actually have to face that person right then and there and give them a solution. To see more, arsenalbg.com/Tony-Forcelledo. And then that's how you can get to the page there, check out in the cart, etc. But yeah, no, if we get that far, then I'm excited and we can go from there. But yeah, thank you. No, I mean, if I were to talk off the cuff, we'd probably be here all day. Also, to see more, fuck. But, it's all about being in a better mood and trying not to talk about that, because I would know. Don't take it personal. I'm not here to piss anybody off. You can go to arsenalbg.com / is it Tony Dash?
Tony Dash.
/ Tony-Forcelledo.
.com/Tony Dash.
That's really what it is?
Yeah.